What's good, everybody? It is Monday, September 26, 2022. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We call it the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and is not even close. A lot of people hate Mondays. Not us, because this means we're starting a new week. Now, before we look forward, as always, we must look back to see how my incredible cappers did over the weekend. Well, NFL Sunday, not horrible, certainly not great. Sometimes props are difficult. We talk about it in baseball all the time, but football is the same. Now, when you have the best props crew in America, this can happen. If you watched our prop show, well, how about this? Seeing a chance to go 5-0. He's got to play in Monday Night Football tonight. Uncle Dave, 4-1, solid. Prop Stars, that was his official plays, but if you watch our live streams, he gives out so many more. And we cashed last night that Jeff Wilson in that just horrible Sunday night game. Speaking of horrible, let's show last night's picks. And if you think that my man is going to slide after that many X's in one game, oh, you would be sadly mistaken. Let's bring in the stars of the show. And while I'm handling business, let's go ahead and pound that like button for me. It helps the show grow as we continue to be bigger and bigger and bigger. But with that being said, AB, before I even do introductions, me and you got to have a little face-to-face, a little tete-a-tete. Now, you are the heartbeat of this show, and we like to reward people on this show. And if we don't do well for them, what do we do?
Yeah. So first off, you said, not everybody hates Mondays. Oh, I hate Mondays, especially this Monday. I can assure you on that. No. Everybody go to the comment section now after the show, whenever. I want you to drop your Venmo handle in there. If you don't have a Venmo handle, go to Venmo.com and make a Venmo handle. Drop it in the comment section of this show. We've got a prize coming because, my God, I want to eat lunch this week, and so do you. Drop it in there right now.
See, luckily we have a crew of like 12 or 13 incredible cappers that when somebody's cold, somebody else picks them up. But it doesn't mean that person is going to be off the hook. We will announce what we are doing tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time on Early Edge Live, counting down to Monday Night Football, Cowboys and Giants. And best believe it will make AB hurt. Okay, now let's move on. First and foremost, live from Nashville, Tennessee, 8 floors below. AB, welcome to the Early Edge.
Hey, welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. Look, I love this show. I love this group of cappers that we have right here because we have such a diverse look at all the games we have today. Not a huge MLB slate, but, Allie O'Neill right here. Zach Attack, he's been crushing it, NFL and beyond. So, yeah, man, love this one.
I love that term, diverse look, because that's what sports betting, television, podcasting, whatever, should look like. It should look like. Now, you already introduced him, but I'll do it officially. We call her Allie. Bam! Allie, what a dominant victory over the Fighting Commodores on Saturday. You got to be feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah, I was. I actually took AB's first half team total over, so I was pretty happy that cashed for me.
Oh, look at that team effort. AB, you did have a winner this weekend.
Yeah, we had one. It was nice.
And then excited for hockey too. So.
Oh, we can't wait to have the Ice Queen back. She walks into the phone booth, takes off the baseball stuff, and puts the hockey stuff back on. We can't wait for that, Allie. Thank you. Now, this man, do not let the very cool exterior fool you. He is a savage. Live from Las Vegas, Sin City, Zach Attack. Zach Simony, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. I was actually watching the HQ show in the background on AB's screen there, and it said Las Vegas, February 5th. So it's the Pro Bowl. I might have to get tickets to that. But did good in the NFL again, 3-1 week, and then 4-1 on Saturday in college football. I'm just trying to keep it going. Hit Jerry Jeudy as well last night under his 55.5 yards. So let's keep it going.
And Jerry Jeudy hit Shannon Sharp last night on Twitter as well. Hilarious. I'm not sure if anybody saw that. Damn, son. Damn. I guess don't say anything about Jerry Jeudy on the show. Wow. All right, let's get into it. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today. Last week, so many people lost money betting against the Dallas Cowboys. Apparently, Cooper Rush is not a household name that everybody knows, but he can play quarterback. Zach, start us off.
Well, there's been an interesting trend with the Dallas Cowboys. Only a couple games so far, but their first quarter numbers have went over the total, but the full games have went under. You see teams all the time, they have that first series script ready to go, and it's worked out for the Dallas Cowboys. They've scored every first possession against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They kicked a field goal last week against the Bengals. They scored a touchdown, scored 14 points in that first quarter, but their defense has also given up points. They gave up a field goal to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, actually 2 in that first quarter. The total ended up being 6-3. And then against the Cincinnati Bengals, they gave up a field goal. The total there was 14-3. So you break that down, 17 of the total of 37 points against the Cincinnati Bengals, that's both teams combined, were scored in the first quarter. 9 of the 22 points total between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Dallas Cowboys were scored in the first quarter. Tonight's first quarter line, 7 points.
So what do you think we should do?
There could be you could get one touchdown and push here. Hopefully this doesn't move to 7.5 after this, but you could play the over one more time. I think you look at the way the first series scripts are going, they design it perfectly. Maybe you get a Tony Pollard little dink for 30 yards. It just the way they have it scripted is for success for the Dallas Cowboys. I think Cooper Rush is going to be confident whatever they have developed for him for tonight's first series.
All right, I'm looking right
and their defense. Now. Don't forget that too. Their defense is suspect on their first series as well.
Very suspect. I can still get it at 7. So live on the show, I'm playing it. I'm playing it right now. First quarter over 7, courtesy Zach Attack. That's my first official play. Boom. Let's add it to the screen, Jake, for tonight. Thank you, Zach. It's in. If you guys don't believe me, I'll show you. If you don't believe me, I just played it. Now, Allie, you have been rock solid all season in baseball. A lot of teams, though, have different things they're trying to accomplish right now. Now, the Guardians, they accomplished something yesterday, which means what from the betting perspective?
Yep. So we just saw the Guardians get that AL Central win, and I know they've been really fighting for it for a long time because they had the Twins and the White Sox both vying for it there. But that's their first AL Central win since 2018, and it's extra impressive, especially considering they had a really young team this season. But one of the more important things is I know they're on a 7-game win streak here, but now that they've kind of achieved what they've been pushing for the regular season, they might kind of slow it down and rest some guys up just to get ready for the playoffs. So I would kind of err on the side of caution when betting them, just because we've been so used to them being very, very explosive and very good in the last month or so. But I think that might change just as we kind of near the end of the regular season.
I think it will too. Be very, very careful. Very, very careful. Listen to all the words that Allie is saying. Now, many of you are questioning me. There it is. I'm not going to show you the amount, but there's the bet right there. Over 7 minus 129. We don't play at the early edge. We do what we say, and we say what we do. All right. Now, by the way, we have such a smart chat. Such a smart chat. Many of you in there are like, listen, I've seen the best like M Squared win 16 or 17 in a row. I've seen the best lose 16 or 17 in a row. You understand the business. And for those that drop in for one day or drop in for 2 days, that's not people we want. We want to understand the big picture. And the big picture is you win some, you lose some, but we do it together. And that's what we're about at SportsLine and the early edge. So with that being said, we have grown so big, we have to pay those pesky little bills. But before we do that, I would like to hear from one of our incredible partners. All right, and we are back. Now, it's time for our board today. And though it's light in baseball, we still have a lot that we're going to get to. Don't forget, Early Edge in 5 at 4 p.m. Eastern today. And also 7:30 p.m. live tonight. Early Edge live counting down to Monday Night Football. Will somebody get into the club tonight? One play from SportsLine. And if you're not a SportsLine member yet, what are you doing? I'm going to do you a solid. Use a promo code EARLY, and I'll give you 30 days for free. You can try out all my cappers, Zach, Allie, AB, everybody. Our simulations, the articles, all of it you get for free for 30 days. Let's go. Now, one play from SportsLine tonight. We're going to go with the Cowboys plus the 1. It's different in different places. Some have it as a pick'em. We had it at +1, 8:15 p.m. Eastern tonight. Cowboys on the road at the Giants. Now, according to the Maestro, and he loves the Cowboys tonight, Cooper Rush has a 93.6 passer rating in his 2 career starts. Both wins, by the way. Vikings and then last week against the Bengals. And I think he'll continue to succeed, especially with the rookie Tyler Smith playing surprisingly well at left tackle. The Giants, they have some injuries. That could play a factor on the defensive side. We'll take the Cowboys plus the 1 on the road. All right. Now, where do I start? It's so important where we start. Allie, you had such a good weekend in college football, and you've had such a good run in baseball. I would love to have you start our board this morning. You're up.
Sorry, I couldn't tell if you said Alan or Allie.
Allie.
Okay, so actually I'm going to go with the Braves team total over 5. That literally just opened up at Caesars at -137. You have Corey Abbott. He's worked as both a starter and a reliever this season, and the Nats did win his first start, but they've lost 5 straight starts since then. And his last appearance was in Atlanta, and he gave up 4 earned runs in 4 innings. And the Braves, I mean, they're only 1.5 games back from the Mets in the NL East, so anything that they can do to really just push themselves and kind of solidify their standings, it's going to be something. But I don't really want to have to back Bryce Elder, especially on the road with the run line. So I think I'm going to go with a team total over 5 at -137.
See, that's called real-time switching. We never forced anything. She wanted to go with the Braves on the run line and then thought twice about it. So if you see the Braves on the recap screen, we're not playing them now. We had a late scratch because Caesars opened up the team total. That's how you switch the plays, and don't force them. Thank you, Allie. Team total 5. That's our first play. So, Zach, you would think that I would put you in the maestro spot today. But sometimes when you're a team, when you're a crew, you got to lift each other up. So AB has that spot this morning. And Zach, you're up next. What do you got, big boy?
All right. I'm loving the props on Monday night. And really, this game is going to be, I think, an in-game anyways. You really want to see what happens early on, if Daniel Jones can keep it going, if Cooper Rush is comfortable in his second start. So that could be an in-game option. I'm interested to see what happens there. But 2 props unders for the New York Giants. Saquon Barkley, under 23.5 yards receiving. Right now, this is floating around, juiced heavily to the over at some books. Some have even moved down to 22.5, but you can find 23.5 out there. And what I look at here, the Giants' strength right now, the only reason they are 2-0 is because of Saquon Barkley rushing in the second half against the Tennessee Titans, a 69-yard run that got them back in the game. He had 40 yards rushing in the final drive to seal the game, their game-winning drive against the Tennessee Titans. And then last week against the Carolina Panthers, held in check all the way to the late third quarter. Then all of a sudden, he bursts for 45 of his 72 yards from the late third quarter, the final minute of third quarter, to the end of the game. So save his legs. You need him. It's going to be a tight game, and I think it's going to affect his pass receiving. So under 23.5 yards receiving. And then Sterling Shepard, the New York Giants veteran, under 44.5 yards receiving. This one's actually moved up from what you're going to see on the final recap of the screen here, but under 44.5 receiving yards for Sterling Shepard. Daniel Jones right now, he is just not throwing the ball down the field. He averages 5.2 yards per completion last week against the Carolina Panthers. If it wasn't for a deep bomb against the Tennessee Titans to Shepard, it would have been the same. So he's not throwing the ball down the field. And in being in this primetime spot, the Giants want to win this game. They're going to look for safe, designed throws to keep Daniel Jones from turning over the football. And Shepard really is not one of those guys that runs easy routes. He needs to get down the field. And we've seen Jones actually start to throw the ball to these young wideouts and Sills and Richie James. So I'll take Shepard under 44.5 receiving yards.
Listen to all that information. It's not about the pick. It's about the information. You can use it for tonight. You can use it for next week. Listen. And by the way, Bobby in the chat, if you think that texting us 1,000 times that we made a mistake on the recap screen when we showed you 80 games, that's a you problem, pal. If you think we're trying to slide one, that's a you problem. But the thing I love the most is the chat handles it. I don't have to anymore. We know what we're about. We're completely transparent. Everything we do is, on camera. It's validated. So don't come in here and keep doing that. We get it. We made a small mistake on the recap screen. But this isn't the place for you. Clearly, you put too much on Michigan minus the 16.5. That's what it always comes down to. And it's always the same thing. Oh, you're right, coach. You're right. I got my feelings. Don't hit send. Like my man Herm Edwards said, just don't hit send because you will get blocked out of the chat like that. Now, we've heard from Allie. We've heard from Zach. AB, if there's one man on this crew that I know is never going to run from a fight, it is you. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. We're running right into the fight. And Teresa in the chat is correct. If Bobby paid attention and watched the show yesterday, he'd understand that that was addressed on the show live, right? But you know what? We're not worried about that. We're focused on it today. And we've got 3 plays for you. First, we are taking both quarterbacks. We're going to start Cooper Rush over half an interception tonight. Look, Cooper Rush has had success with the Cowboys in the backup starting roles, but tonight, a little bit different. It's his first ever start in a divisional game. Dallas, 1-4 in primetime games without Dak Prescott since 2016, and that was with better Cowboys teams and offensive lines. That said, we're not fading the Cowboys at all, but he's going to put one up in the air because there will be pressure on him both internally and from the Giants front seven. Next, we're going to go Daniel Jones over half an interception as well. You want to talk about disasters? Here's a little nugget for you. Daniel Jones has played in 8 primetime games this season. He's 0-8 with 15 turnovers, all right? Not to mention the Giants, they give up pressure on 48% of snaps. It's the highest in the NFL. The larger problem is that the Dallas Cowboys are one of the best teams in the NFL at getting pressure on quarterbacks. It is going to be a disaster for Daniel Jones. He's absolutely turning the ball over multiple times tonight, which is going to lead to the Dallas Cowboys having wonderful field position. That's why we're going to grab the Cowboys team total over 18. You watched both teams last night with the Broncos and the 49ers. They'd get to about the 40-yard line and punt. 40-yard line and punt, right? No, we're going to see lots of drives that start, quite frankly, inside the 25 because both of these quarterbacks will turn the ball over, but Daniel Jones will absolutely do it. You look at backup quarterbacks. Since 2016, the Cowboys have averaged 20.9 points per game without Dak Prescott at QB. We only got to get to 18, so take that 3 right there.
Oh, I love those 3 plays. And the chat, they're riding with the AB. This is what I talk about all the time, is everybody's ride or die. They're like, let's get AB out the schneid. It's not screw AB. You're the – no, that's not what we do here. Oh, it drives me – Coach, it's the one thing that drives me bananas.
Yeah, and Coach, like you said, dude, first off, we're not running from anything. Second off, that's what makes it great about the chat is that everybody's like, dude, we got you. Pick you up. We'll pick you up. You picked us up. That's what a family's all about.
You're damn right. And this is an early edge fam. We say it all the time. So with that being said, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap courtesy of Jake the Snake on the 1s and the 2s. Oh, he had time to get my play in. That's real-time producing, Bobby. Now, Sack Attack. 2 incredible plays with great information to back them up. Saquon under 23.5 receiving yards, -110. Sterling Shepard under 43.5 receiving yards, -110. Then Allie. We changed her play. Braves team total over 5, -137. You can get that play at Caesars Sportsbook. Then, because I listened to my cappers, I made an official play on the fly. I love Cowboys Giants first quarter over 7, -129. All we need is 1 touchdown in the first quarter to push. I think we can get more than that. Then AB, the quarterback whisperer. Cooper Rush over half an interception. Daniel Jones over half an interception. And Cowboys team total. You don't think they can get 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals in this game? We believe they can. -145. And then from our man, the maestro, Dallas plus the 1, and that is from SportsLine. And by the way, use the promo code EARLY, and I will give you 30 days for free to just come and check us out. Help us out. And don't forget, because AB did not have a good weekend, somebody is going to have a good night tonight, and we'll explain those rules. And it's something new we're going to do whenever we have a cold day for one of our cappers. It will cost them, and it will reward you. How? We'll tell you tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Early Edge Live. In the meantime, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. Alabama, Sack Attack, AB, and Jake on the 1s and the 2s. I am the coach. Tell all your friends there's only one place you need to come. You want to start your day off with a little smile? Be included in something? Feel valued? Right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.